Welcome back to the Only Hypnotizing Plants Challenge, and we are going to be getting a new plant on the roster in this video. You see, I have gotten a lot of comments about different plants that should be used in this challenge, and the one I seem to agree with the most is solar sage. It makes zombies change their ways, and it makes sense with the whole hypnotizing thing. The more I thought about it, it just clicked. Adding solar sage also helps the people commenting about how I should be able to use sun producers, so I'm officially adding solar sage to the roster. There are two more plants that had a lot of people commenting, the ones that create zomboids, snake lily and soybean pod. Personally, I think snake lily has a stronger case to be a part of this challenge, but I don't know. It's up to you guys on what this challenge should be. Go down there and comment right now. Should I use both, one, or none at all? And subscribe while you're down there. But anyways, let's get into part 2, Pirate Seas. This world's whole gimmick is basically some tiles are removed and you can like see the ocean. Some zombies can swing over it. Basically the strat for this is to put a hypno shroom or a solar sage whenever we have an extra one in there, since whenever a zombie gets across, they're only like 3 tiles away from my cauliflower, so I need to protect them as much as possible. Day 2 introduces a zombie that's tied up, gets carried across the water by a bird. These zombies can be really annoying at times, but a solar sage can easily take them out, and so can a hypno shroom. But usually we want to use a solar sage to get a positive sun trade. What? Solar sage really helps a lot if one sneaky little zombie gets by, especially since that's what I usually used Hypno Shroom for, but Hypno Shroom has a crazy long cooldown. And also, since I'm getting sun from him, I can place 4 Hollow Powers at the end of every match instead of 2. On day 7, we are introduced to our next zombie, which is going to be the zombie that rolls the barrel. Basically, if it rolls over any of your plants, they instantly die, and it's either you kill the barrel, which has a buttload of health, or you kill the zombie behind it. And in this case, since we have nothing at all to do damage to the barrel, we wait for the barrel to get across one tile, and then we throw a solar sage behind it to hypnotize the zombie pushing it, and then eventually the barrel bursts open by itself. For day 10, they threw every zombie that we've ever faced in this world straight at us. This level even introduces the worst zombie ever, the imp cannon. The imp cannon will load up onto one of the lanes and just fire imps down the lane until eventually it blows up. Yay, finally it blew up. It blows up and releases 5 to 10 imps all over the map. Like, bro! And since the plants we're using don't do any direct damage, we can't kill it earlier unless we have to hypnotize one of the zombies that are being carried by birds so it can go chomp on the cannon and kill it before it blows up. That's our only hope if we ever want to deal with the imp cannon. Yo, if you went back in time and showed PopCap this gameplay whenever they were first making PVZ1, they would genuinely ask who made this shit. Day 13, the new zombie is the captain zombie, which basically his parrot just flies out and picks up one of your plants and flies away with it. This wouldn't be annoying if I had like direct damage, because usually you can like shoot the parrot and stop it, but since I have no direct damage, I just have to sit there and let it happen to me while I'm watching it. It's especially bad if they take one of my cauliflowers, because I usually only have like 3 of them on the field. Good thing we got the solar sage, because this level also requires us to get a certain amount of sun, which is very easy surprisingly for just using the solar sage. It can give you a crazy amount of sun if you use it every time it's off cooldown. Day 14 was a build your defense level, first one of Pirate Seas world, and basically the plan is just to put as much cauliflowers as possible, leave like 500 for hypno shrooms, and just let them do their thing. And when things are getting a little bit too crazy, throw down the enchantment so it will at least feel like it's doing something. Day 15 is a don't let the zombies trample the flowers level, and it gave us a 3-peater, but I went ahead and scooped it up because I know somebody's probably going to complain about it in the comments. Egg sandwich enthusiast, if you're watching this, you made a really great point about if I use cauliflower's plant food, it wouldn't be hypnotizing them, it would just be straight up killing them. So from now on, I'm going to not use it unless I really need it. Day 16 makes me protect these little guys in the front, and I really hate them. They're supposed to knock zombies back, and they do that. once and then they take a quick power nap. Like, dude, your life is on the line and you're sleeping through World War II. Like, day 17 wants us to kill 20 zombies in 30 seconds, which challenges like these you can really do with any diabolical plants that you bring. You just do it like naturally over the course of the game. I don't think I've ever had a time where I actually had to focus on the objective and actually get kills. But yeah, this is basically just a normal match with some challenge they made up because they couldn't think of anything else. Day 19 is another don't let the zombies trample on the flowers level. But what is really scary about this one is that the zombies that sling over the water on ropes are one tile away from making us fail. So we have to be alert at all times and make sure no zombies get past us. And make sure we always have a solar sage or a hypno shroom on standby. Everything I said didn't even matter if I forget that there's also a second challenge where I have to produce sun. Yeah, the first playthrough I didn't even read that I had to produce a certain amount of sun, so I just thought I couldn't let them trample the flowers, so I did not utilize the solar sage. Day 20, you guessed it, produce 1,000 sun. It's getting a little too creative on the level design. As soon as I added solar sage to my inventory, it seems like every other level is a produce sun level. I'm just wondering why at the beginning of this world they make you produce like almost 2,000 and then day 20, like 4 days before the boss fight, you only have to produce 1,000 and there's no other gimmicks. Like, are we trying to make it harder or easier for me? Day 21, I have to defeat 5 zombies in 5 seconds. And I don't know how you could fail this unless you don't place any plants at all. Because, I mean, they literally send a wave of like 10 zombies at you. So I don't know how you can possibly like fail this. Let's make an objective where if they complete the level and kill the zombies, they definitely completed it, but if they lose, they don't complete it. I also had to collect a certain amount of sun, but you should have just guessed that by now. Day 22, a level that will forever be in my nightmares. Basically this level is just, there is basically an infinite amount of imp cannons shooting at you the whole time. The whole level is just imp cannons shooting at you and exploding imps everywhere. Not only that, but if only one imp gets shot onto the board, all 5 of my cauliflowers shoot at the same time and they all waste their recharge, so they all have to recharge again. You know how I said if PopCap looked back on one of those earlier levels, they would say, who made this? Well, they would look back on this level and grab a clipboard, because this is peak gameplay and peak entertainment. I had so much fun playing this, in fact, that I played it multiple times. Not because I lost, of course, but because it was just so much fun watching all the imps eat every single one of my plants and me lose when I'm not even halfway done with the level. So you're telling me PopCap can add a CP shooter before they can fix call power, having the reload after every call power on the screen shoots their load into one imp? It's not like it matters anyway. Screw the boss fight. This might as well be the boss fight. This is harder than any boss in the entire game. I know for a fact everyone and their mama has failed and died on this level at least once their first time playing it. I know for a fact. I tried every possible combination from the dream blunt rotation and nothing seemed to work. Every single time the imps prevailed. I even tried to use the tile turnip twice and nothing worked. There's just not enough time for my cauliflowers to get out their attacks more than once when 5 cannons explode on us. Someone commented on part 1 and said they were going to upload a video of this, but they stopped because of this level. I'm sorry you had to go through this. And then I tried doing the level with the soybean pod, you know, the might be future plant of the series, and I beat it first try. All the pain and suffering. The next 2 levels were pretty easy, and then that wraps up Pirate Seas. Let me know, should I go back and try to keep doing day 22 and just keep trying it with the original 3 plants? Because it is really RNG based of like, because like sometimes the rope zombies can fall into the water and sometimes they land. What zombies the cauliflower goes for and what zombies the enchantment decides. Like there's a lot of RNG, and I really do think I could get it if I tried for like hours on end. So I could do that, or we could count the soybean one, or I could try it with the snake lily, or I could do all of them, I guess. But it's really your decision what you count, and I'll see the comments to see if y'all want the Zoe being a part of the challenge. And if y'all do, we can count that, but if not, I can keep trying. And I can show you my results at the beginning of next part. That being said, I'm going to give Pirate Seas a solid 5.5 out of 10. It brought the heat really fast there at the end, but it didn't keep it for long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with the rest of the parts.